never not look lame.
We will never look cool.
We'll never cool. Hi,
Welcome back to another week of Boy
boy
from
for material.
Material.
We are doing the Jobros this week because that's what you guys voted for. And, we Emily, were you a Jonas fan growing up?
So I was not a Jonas stan. I think a fan there's various degrees. I mean, I always enjoyed their music for sure. Like whoever says their music was not good, you're
Is lying.
you're
Straight up
dead.
lying.
You're lying. Like it was just objectively really good. I feel that out of all the boy bands and heartthrobs, if you may call them, I found them the most like genuine and very like true. I don't know. I love that they were, brothers, which of course makes it complicated. But I like them more than like One Direction, or I know Justin Bieber is not a boy band, but he was a heartthrob
He was
around
right
that
there. He
era.
was. I'm the same as you, as in the sense that I wasn't a stan, but I did like. I went to their concert in Panama, and I also went to their concert in LA. Was the last concert I went to before COVID.
Oh, but the
And
one when they got back together.
yes, and I think I got like $200 tickets,
Wow.
which yeah sounds expensive, but I was very
Right.
far.
Oh,
I was very fucking far, and my
like,
friend that was gonna fly to come with me couldn't do it, so I had to like ask a friend here to like go with me. And honestly, we had a great time. Like he had a great time. We were like, it was great because it was like a convention for people our age. Like
yeah,
I have never seen so many 25-year-olds in a building at the same time.
love it.
It was
I
crazy.
I also went to their concert when they came to Panama. Do you refer to the one in 2013?
There's another one in Panama. I only went to one in Panama,
Me
which
too. I don't know if there were two or what.
I think. What year did you go?
2013.
Oh no, bestie. I went on like I think on like the 8th grade when they came to
Well,
the first
I
time.
went because one of my best friends, shout out to Maria Cristina,
Mhm.
she was a Jobro stan, die hard. She was Joe Jonas, like that was her man, and we got to meet them. So
Wait, what? Did you really?
yeah,
Were they
I have a picture with them. I will.
Shut up.
Let me just like show it to you real quick over here.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna
I
send
did
it.
not know this.
I had it favorited so I could have like a quick access. I'm gonna send it
So
to you.
funny.
And I don't want to give myself away as of like my opinions towards each one of them,
Uh-huh.
but you can just see. Don't say anything, but you can just see my placement in the picture, and you'll see
Okay.
who is my bestie. Oh, not my bestie, my kind of my pick maybe. I'm in between two, so now you
I
can
feel
just.
like we're gonna be in between the same two.
I think you're gonna agree with my choice between two.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so we met them, and I also were quick, and it was so funny because we went with Maria Cristina's mother,
Uh-huh.
and she was supposed to be in the picture. It was just me and Titi. That's what we call her. And it was so quick that they just like they grabbed Titi's mother,
Mhm.
took her purse, and just like pushed her through at the Jonas Brothers. She was like, "What the hell? I don't want to." Like I was not supposed to take a picture, and she just
Mhm.
ended up being in the pictures. Hilarious. She
It's
was
really
very thrown off. But yeah, and we went like first row.
oh
Um,
shit.
and this was the year after I went to the Big Time Rush concert that they invited me to the stage. So Maria Cristina was like,
What?
"Bitch, if they pull you up, you're gonna give me your spot." I was like, "Yeah, don't worry." But yeah,
Wait, why
so
did Big Time Rush bring you on stage? Did you just
you don't know
run?
that story?
No.
What? You don't know that story?
I don't know that story.
Bitch, I got serenaded by Kendall.
What? Which ones? I do not remember. Like, I have no memory of Big Time Rush. I don't think I watched
Kendall was the main character, like the blonde one.
it. Okay.
So
Okay.
so a friend of mine, shout out to Nicole. Nicole invited me and Jana, shout out to Jana, to the Big Time Rush concert. We were like Jana and me, we were like stans. I watched the show every time after school. I don't know. I mean, I love when boy bands or artists are not like extremely famous
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like to be part of stan culture. I don't know.
I understand the sentiment, but yeah, like
So yeah,
it's
like
special when you're like when it's not that big.
yeah, and I don't. I mean, sure. Maybe I wanted to be quirky. I don't know. So I'd rather like stan
Never
the.
seen the other girls. She's different.
I'm different, Indira. But yeah, I rather like stan the low budget Jobros or something back then. And they also had great music. Sorry, Big Time Rush had good music.
I wonder that was a Nickelodeon show, right?
Yeah,
I never. What was the show about? Like, I never watched it. Was it
they
just
were
like?
just like a band, and
Uh-huh.
they had their same names. Like they were playing each one of them, and like the Jonas Brothers show,
On
they
the
were
Jonas show,
them.
dude. The Jonas show was I. It's the worst show in Disney Channel history.
We'll discuss that later because they do address that in the document.
We
The
watched the documentary, guys. Happiness begins.
choosing happiness.
Choosing happiness. That was not planned. We decided that upon last minute.
Yes,
Personally, I was gonna watch
yes,
it because I don't like Nick Jonas. I will be elaborating on this later, and I didn't have anything to
yeah.
back up my
We,
opinion with.
we watched it because neither of us was.
We didn't have reasons to dislike Nick Jonas. We watched it just so we could have reasons to dislike Nick Jonas.
I feel I needed like some background on them. But yeah, so finishing the Big Time Rush shit. I
Uh-huh.
was 10. Nicole invited us. We were in the first row, and Gianna, me, and no, yeah, Gianna, me, and Aida. Shout out to Aida. We had like
Emily
this.
has a lot of friends.
This is like my circle of friends from high school. We had like a Twitter account called Yeah Epic Teen, and we just like tweeted Tumblr shit. But like nobody knew it was us. We just wanted to tweet funny shit because
Okay.
back then Twitter people were starting to use it, but they used it to like subtweet people, etc.
Oh
And
my
we just
god, I
wanted to
remember
tweet
that.
like we wanted to tweet like puns and shit.
I was
And
on Stan Twitter. Like I was my first Twitter username was Gabby loves Tyra.
love it.
I,
So yeah,
I wish I was kidding. I'm
we
not.
had this Twitter account, and Jana and me, we took a paper to the concert, like a sheet of paper and a pen. We wrote a letter to whoever Big Time Rush man picked it up, and we bought a Snickers bar at the concert. We wrapped the letter with a ponytail, and the goal was to like throw it so they could like follow us or something.
I think Americans call these hair bands.
We were fucking 15. And nothing, we were the whole concert like waving the fucking Snickers and just like and then they were gonna sing like the big romantic song that in the show is like the song that they sing to one of the guy's girlfriends that's like moving halfway across the world. It's called Worldwide.
Wait,
So
where is she moving? Where does the girlfriend move on the show?
I don't remember. So she's just moving, they're gonna do like long distance or something. So it's like a romantic song, right?
Okay.
And each member picks someone from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, like the main guy, like el principal, the main character, the like there's
Yep.
always
Yeah,
like
I
the lead
know.
of the band, like
Yeah, the Harry Styles of the
yeah,
situation.
because in the show they followed his storyline more than the others. Like the other ones were like comedic relief. He was the one that had the girlfriend, etc. So
Okay.
I made eye contact with his name is Kendall, and then the bodyguard standing because the first row is never like this to the stage. There's like a gap,
Yeah.
and then the bodyguard like grabs me and starts like pulling me, and I'm like, what the fuck? and then he takes me, like, I get out of the row and takes me behind the stage, like in between, like the la mierda esa where like you montan la sábana. I don't know.
Wait,
I
hold up. Wait, backstage?
like he me metió bajo una vaina. I don't know. And then
Okay.
there was like a una rampa, like
Ramp.
a ramp. Oh my god, that was so stupid.
FYI, Emily's a
Swear
trained.
I'm bilingual. I swear I'm bilingual. Like,
She's a trained English teacher.
so there's a ramp, and then suddenly the Kendall, the Big Time Rush guy, is just standing there, like holding his arms out, and like what the fuck? And I just run up. He gives me a hug, and then he sits me on a stool. I have pictures. He sits.
Emily, la pelo no es paja. Pero no, pero el chocolate, me estoy matando, La pucha madre. Emily, 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 dale chocolate, dale chocolate. Emily. Ay, cómetelo, cómetelo, cómetelo. Emily, te amo. Vaya, Isabela. Isabela. Emily, te amo.
Stool, and each one of the members picks up like another girl, and they also, one of the guys also picked another girl from my age. I knew her perfectly, like she was in just another school. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then they started serenading us, and in the middle of the song, I mean, I can see clearly like my friends,
Yeah.
Nicole's mom, etc., and they're like, take his cap, and I'm like, what? They just like signaling like, cógele la gorra, and I was like, take his cap, put it on. It's sweaty as fuck. Worst decision ever. It was like drenched, and I was like, haha. And then he gives me like a peck on the
On the cheek, and you're like 16 at this point.
Yeah,
So you're
I'm 15. Like, this was in October, almost 16, and I was like flipping the fuck out. Takes back his cap, and then he gifts me his towel, and I take it home. I still have it in my safe.
Wait, is it like a face towel, a hand towel?
Yeah, like a face. It's just black. What?
Like, was it un limpión, like a little towel? I'm confused.
It's like a face towel. The one he used.
How unhinged do you have to be as a like, okay, please picture this. I'm famous. I'm singing. This girl's flipping shit over me, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give her my dirty towel, and she's gonna save it. And you know what? You saved it. You kept the towel.
It's still there. This was 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was wild. And
yeah, no.
So yeah, I mean, I think I was a bigger Big Time Rush stan than a Jobro stan, but now that Gabby and me, we watched the documentary like an hour ago. I think we can call ourselves
fans, maybe. I will say though, when I bought the tickets for the Jonas Brothers reunion, it was an impulse buy. Like, you have no idea. Like, it was. I was gonna go with my friend Isabella, and Isabella was like, "Dude, let's go," and I just like immediately, you know, when you like, it was a peak impulse buy, and then I was like, I cannot believe I spent $200 on the Jonas Brothers, and then when the concert came, mind you, I'm the kind of person like, if I'm going to your concert, I will be listening to the set list for days and weeks before, because I want to make sure I know every fucking song before I go to the show, because I did not spend $200 on this shit to like not know the song.
Not know the lyrics. Like, that's
yeah. But for some reason, for the Jonas Brothers concert, I don't know if I forgot or what, I didn't binge listen to the album, but then when I got there, I'm like, I swear to you, I knew 90% of the songs. I was like, wait, these people are my childhood. Like, I legitimately know all of these songs.
Exactly. I feel that if you were not a stan, we grew up with this shit.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, when they were like at their peak or whatever, I did not hear their songs on purpose, but I know all the lyrics. Like
Yeah.
we just heard them so
We
much.
were on the radio, on like yeah.
I
For sure.
even in like One Direction, I feel was a little bit later, but I also know their songs a lot, like most of them.
Same.
Justin Bieber, I did have a little phase, when Never Say Never came out, that movie.
Oh, no. I was a Justin Bieber stan. I was a believer. I will be sending you photos of me on the concert I went to with my cousin. We did the thing you did with the sneakers bar, but we did it with a purple Yankee cap.
Okay, very symbolic.
No, yeah, but like, bitch, those are like, how much is a legit baseball cap?
Very fucking expensive.
Like, why okay, I think her mom bought the cap, but like, why?
You're gonna throw it away?
We threw it to the stage, and then one of his security guys took it. We wrote little fucking like tiny letters like "Dear Justin," and then we.
I can bet a lot of money he didn't read that shit.
I promise he didn't read shit. I know he didn't.
And he just like tosses it where his other 5,000 purple.
Yep, and caps. He like, yep, and we both have the caps, so we would have the same cap as Justin, and then.
I am actually having like flashbacks of pictures of you like with the cap and like very
you should. You have no idea. Like, Adriana, I'm so sorry for embarrassing you like this, but I will, if I'm embarrassed, you're gonna be embarrassed with me. Our shirts had our names. Like, why did we do that? We literally showed up.
You gotta send me the pictures. Sorry, but we're gonna put them here. Even at least yours. You can crop Adriana out.
Yeah, let's black out. Like, she doesn't deserve this. Her face. But it was a great time. I was 15. I was losing my shit. It was great.
I think it's part of just growing up, being a stan of someone. Boy bands or
I love boy
bands. They are a phenomenon. And I do understand why the Jobros were as big as they were. Yeah. So, but I honestly
find interesting during watching the documentary, because I knew parts of the story, but I did not know the whole origin story. And I thought they were Disney from the beginning, but I did know that Nick was the one that got the brothers the deal.
Yeah, I didn't know their origin story, like you said. I didn't know they got signed by, was it Sony?
It was Sony, and then Sony dropped.
At first, did not know like the whole cult-ish.
Okay, but did your mind like explode when you saw Vanessa Lachey introduce the Jonas Brothers? Like, baby, Vanessa Lachey is like, oh, these are the Jonas Brothers. Like he's naming the name of the band like she's never heard of them before, and it's just insane. Like the whole thing is insane.
Love it. But yeah, like regarding their childhood, I have some comments. First, the documentary starts, and we can hear like there's the recordings, and the grandpa is like narrating.
Yeah, it's a good documentary. Like, honestly,
he's like saying like, "Oh my God, Nicholas Jonas" or something, and I just wrote, "The grandpa is me." I love him. He was so wholesome. And I also wrote Kevin Gymnastics in caps.
I love that Kevin did gymnastics.
Like cartwheeling the fuck out. He was saying that he had like the quirkiest hobbies, as in gymnastics, magic. I was like, go up.
I would have been best friends with Kevin.
100%.
1000%. That's my kind of guy.
But of course, he got bullied. I just wrote Kevin being bullied and put sad emojis, because why though? I mean, kids are just mean. We know
honestly, that. Kids are weird as fuck. Because, like, why? I don't understand the logic behind bullying the magicians. Because I don't know a single kid that doesn't fucking love magic. Like, straight up.
Like, and when the fucking birthday party comes, who's screaming for a fucking chicken?
I think that, I don't know if that's an American thing, though. You
Okay,
must know
context,
this.
in Panama, back in
No, this is a Latin America thing.
the late 90s, early 2000s, the birthday parties, maybe they don't do it as much now because animal cruelty, I think, and
Yeah,
yeah.
they missed out.
But the magician came, um, he did his act, and then the birthday girl or boy got a bunny, and the rest of the fucking birthday party, each one got an individual chick.
That is
So
honestly batshit crazy. Like if you think about it. And as a kid, I was so fucking confused.
the
Like
chick
why
would,
can't I keep it, mom? What do you mean I can't keep it?
and no, at least I got to keep it like once or twice, but just overall, I can bet my life that each chick got a life expectancy of like 3 days in each household. They died because of like just various reasons. Because why would a 5 or 6 year old know how to take care of a chick?
Why would you like what? So you just sold live chickens to like a random man and then he brought it to a McDonald's
Yeah.
like play ground thingy. Nobody said anything. Where the fuck is the
Where's
cleaning
PETA?
people?
Where's PETA?
Where's PETA? Where's the sanitation people? He's bringing live animals.
Yeah.
Sweaty kids are grabbing them.
All the
Like, what is going on?
all the kids went batshit crazy for a chick, but then you bullied the magician,
Yeah, like
the magician student or something. It's like, girl,
that doesn't make a lot of sense. It really
does not
doesn't.
add up. But yeah, so yeah, the documentary starts with, all of them being just so freaking talented. Kevin doing cartwheels and magic. And
Yeah.
Joe was like the goofy clown, and Nick. I mean, I did have to write down like, okay, but Nick's voice,
Nick
fucking
can sing. Like I can't.
crazy, his voice. I was like,
When I was watching this, the voice. Is it bad if I think he was a better singer as a kid
yeah,
than he is now?
he was. I think what I mean,
Maybe because like
puberty
he was.
fucks them up, and like that's the thing about being a boy into going to a man, and you start singing as a boy. Puberty hits you.
I also think that like the songs we heard as a kid, it was also like musicals, and musicals are like for vocal
I
range.
loved watching like the footage of him like doing Les Mis,
It
and
was so cute. It
so
was so cute. I
I
have
was
questions though. Like, did he keep the money or did he like give it to his parents? Like, what was the situation with the Broadway paycheck?
maybe they
Um,
put it in like the gasoline dude because they had to drive every day.
that's crazy. That's insane. Also, when I was watching that part, I kept thinking that Joe's brain was probably like exploding like, on so many levels. So when you see the three kids, it's so obvious that the main character of the family is Joe. Like he is the fucking main character.
I mean,
But the
yeah,
talented one is Nick, and then oh, he must have been triggered because Kevin was chilling. Kevin
he
didn't give a
was
fuck.
triggered throughout his whole life. Like, we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves, but
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of saw a pattern. Nick got the first leads in Broadway, and then he's like, I want to fucking act in Broadway too. And then when they kind of broke up, and then or before they broke up, that Nick wanted to like pursue like on the side his
mm-hmm.
solo career. Joe was like, oh, no, I was doing some alternative stuff. It's like, bitch, don't force it. You don't have to.
You know what? Also, Joe is a middle child, and you know how middle childs get.
Yeah, poor baby. I think it was just like his internal, him
If
trying to stand out.
if there's anything that the Choosing Happiness documentary, like the thesis statement, should be, Kevin is perfect. Kevin is
And
everything.
they did dirt. They did him dirty.
Okay, did you do the math though? Kevin got married at age 22.
What?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. Look it up. I looked it up because I was watching this, right? And I remember watching Married to Jonas in high school, and he seemed old to me. But while I was watching this documentary like an hour ago, and I saw him, I was like, he looks like a child. How
He
old
did.
is he?
Is Danielle like Danielle is must be older than him.
I have no clue. I
She,
have no clue. How
but
old is Danielle?
but
It's I
Yeah.
also really enjoyed the whole scene where the brothers are like picking on him for like being nervous about talking.
I wrote it down. I was like, Kevin talking to Danielle, I mean. And when he said rockin', I was like, he was like, rockin'. Yeah, I'm so excited to see you. Rockin'. I was like, what the fuck is that? I love it, but what the fuck is that? Like,
It was so cute.
yeah,
It was so cute.
he's like, don't talk to me when I'm at the phone. I'm like, love you. So cute.
And then it was very cute. It was very cute. We stand Kevin. Kevin has no flaws.
Kevin.
Honestly, when we got to the part where like when they were talking about that one time they played Jonas Brothers songs on stage without Kevin.
Huh? I got shocked. I did not know that tea.
I did not know that tea either. I was fucking mad.
I was shocked because Nick had just done a whole fucking shit show about, you know, him being, which is valid, him being like anxious or whatever, not feeling the same, etc. And then he goes and sings with Joe without Kevin, and then Joe had the audacity to tell Kevin like 100 years later, like, yeah, you were holding us back. I was like,
honestly, I am proud of Joe for saying the truth because I totally like that's probably what he felt and he like said it.
no.
So
Joe gets half a point for speaking up versus Nick, you know, not
Nick
saying
gets 0 points because Nick didn't say shit. He just sat there.
Joe gets half a point for saying the truth. But what the fuck? Kevin was building a family. What were you doing singing without him? I'm gonna
got
you up.
Okay, so I have a ton of notes on hating Nick Jonas.
The only thing I'm gonna say about Nick,
What?
cute that he included his brothers when they gave him the record deal.
That was really cute. I give him that's the only thing I'll give him.
Point. And I'm gonna give him like half a point that I didn't. It's not a point. This is just a little moment. I did not know Love Bug was about Miley.
You did not. I did know that, which I thought was he wrote it the day after he met her.
That was a freaking wholesome moment. Like when they said Nick was not the same after doing Hannah Montana, I was like, why do I want to be Miley 15 years ago right now? Like, imagine being the person that they wrote Love Bug about.
Okay, do you remember when they were a thing, but also Selena Gomez was a thing, and then they had that burning up music video, and Selena Gomez was a video girl, and then it was Miley Selena.
Iconic. I think that was like peak Hollywood.
That was peak 2010. Like that was amazing.
That was peak Tiger Beat and Bob. Like
the amount of money I spent on Tiger Beat and Bob. Like
mom wouldn't like she would buy like just one once in a while, like after I begged and begged. But honestly, most of the time she wouldn't like buy them for me. So I would just walk around La Rocha, which is like our CVS, or if you want to compare it to something. And I was just like, because they wouldn't wrap it in plastic or anything.
No.
Just like walk around La Rocha while my mom was like buying or shopping, and I would like read the entire shit. The bad thing was that I couldn't take the posters, obviously, but I mean, I got the content, I did the quizzes, I got matched with Cole Sprouse.
I
pick the dates, like where would you go? Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was so fun. My mom bought every single one of them, and honestly, thank you, Mom, for that, because it was my fucking passion to like make collages with like the faces of famous people, even if I was not like in love with them. Like I just loved.
Yeah, me too.
So, like I have always loved celebrity culture, and I understand that it's very problematic. But like, okay, you know, I saw a TikTok the other day, like that you can tell a lot about a person you can tell a lot about a person when you find out what channel they graduated to after Disney and Nickelodeon. The way my ass went straight to E Entertainment. E Entertainment. That was it. Like I only watched E Entertainment.
I never watched E Entertainment. I was more an MTV girl when it was like MTV.
Yeah, that's the normal. That's what I should have been. But I
But
was watching the entertainment.
MTV stopped being cool like around 2011. Like I only watched MTV for the reality shows, and once they stopped,
The Jersey Shore.
no, not
That was
Jersey Shore. I watched Next, Parental Control.
You never watched Jersey Shore?
No.
Emily.
I mean, of course, I know the letter was like, dear
Dear Sam.
Dear Sam, no sé qué. Ron was grinding. Like the letter is iconic.
It's a fucking great show. Like honestly, fantastic show.
I would appreciate it now. I would have never appreciated it back then because now I started. I mean, I always loved reality shows, but I now love them more.
It just hits different. When
No,
like I was raised on reality TV. Like the amount of reality shows that I watched growing up is not okay, I think. Like my mom, I was having a conversation with my mom the other day about it, and she was like, "No, I don't like reality TV." And I started listing all the shows we watched together, and she was like, "Fuck!" Like we Bridalplasty didn't miss an episode. The fucking I Want to Marry Harry, watched it. America's Next Top Model, American Idol, The Voice, all the cooking shows.
America's Next Top Model I did watch, but when I got Netflix,
I watched every single one. But anyways, back to the Jonas. I have on my notes Nick ... small dick energy. Why is he so aggressive?
I wrote that literally. Fuck you, Nick. I don't know why. I don't even know what point. What did he do? I just said fuck you, Nick.
I also have that. Nick is the favorite kid. Clearly, like Nick is the parents' favorite kid.
Talk about. I mean, I don't want to sound ignorant, but I don't know. You know how like not dangerous, but like I don't know how grave, la situación es when you get diagnosed with diabetes.
Okay, no, that was so extra.
But that was so dramatic. It was like he asked if he was gonna die. I'm like, shut up. He's not gonna die.
That was insane. My brother's diabetic, and when he got diagnosed too, it was a dramatic situation because he also got diagnosed like as a 13-year-old. Like it wasn't like a kid, so it was like a very weird adjustment. But I was not at the fucking doctor's office. I don't know if he cried or whatever, or what happened. But
I mean, it might be. It has to be scary, like when they tell you, because of course you get all the. But I believe that. I mean,
they were treating it like it was leukemia. The documentary framed it like Nick Jonas was gonna die immediately on the spot.
I love the meme or tweet or I don't know what the fuck it is that we all collectively thought he was gonna die when he spoke about his diabetes, and he at the Tiger Beat or whatever Bob magazine, he would talk about the little La Plaquita thing that he would wear. And we all collectively thought he was gonna die. And when he came out with the song "Who I Am," and we're like, "Bitch, he's gonna die!"
Okay, so I remember that, but around that time my brother was diabetic too, so I knew that Nick was being extra. So,
I know. Well, okay, you knew, but
but I do remember the collective.
The rest of us, ignorant, misinformed youth. I thought he was gonna plop dead any minute. I was like, oh my god, what a warrior! So strong,
And no disrespect to diabetic people, but honestly, you deserve better representation than Nick Jonas. The only moment in time where I'm good with Nick Jonas is on the what's that movie with Jack Black I really like?
The what?
The Rock. There's a movie with Jack Black and The Rock that Nick Jonas is in.
Oh, Jumanji.
I'll stand. I'm okay with Nick Jonas in Jumanji. I think he does a good job in Jumanji. But that's it. Get that child out of my screen. I do not like him. I don't like Priyanka. I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
It's really funny to me, like when you're watching the documentary, they have so many shots of the three of them walking. Bro, why is he always in the middle? Why is he always in the middle? And he's fucking like flexing his back and his muscles, like he's gonna get paid. Like he's probably getting paid. Kevin is the best one.
I had to find the tweet. I'm sorry.
No,
Nick Jonas really had me at 10 years old thinking he was about to drop dead from diabetes at any given moment. Iconic. Sorry. But yeah, why was he the main character? Like,
why is he treated like? I genuinely don't understand. Like, what? And I think it probably, like, honestly shook him to his fucking core that he thought he was going to be the main character. And then Disney was like, actually, Joe is the main character.
love
And
that.
then he was like, I'm the main character.
I do have to give props to their dad. I mean, A plus, 10 out of 10, man.
He left the
he
cult.
always- what?
That chick was a cult.
No, I'm talking about just the dad in outside of church. Like, he always strived to keep them together. I mean, maybe because he was trying not to make the others feel bad. But I mean, he could have easily said, like, okay, Joe, go be famous.
Yeah, for sure. My questions right now, like, honestly, I understand the dad's sentiment and, like, trying to keep them together, but what was that? Where is that energy for Frankie?
Yeah, I did right here, like,
Where is the energy for Frankie? Like, this is Frankie erasure.
I wrote Frankie who.
Exactly. I know that he's a film school dropout, and he's really funny on TikTok.
I mean, in a way, I think he, in maybe another perspective, he might have won the lottery. I mean, he's now,
honestly, for sure. Yeah.
he has the money. I mean, he ain't fucking suffering, and he doesn't have to be chased by women.
Yeah, but I do think I would recognize him if I saw him.
I wouldn't. When they put him at the end of the documentary, I was like, oh my god, that's him.
That's not how he looks like right now. His head is like shaved and he has a shit ton of tattoos. He literally tattooed Tana. His Tana asked him to.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. It's crazy.
But yeah, we cannot skip the conversation about the church.
Okay, so in case you guys didn't know, because I know that the Jonas Brothers were like, that their dad was a pastor, but I didn't know that the congregation was psychotic. As in, like, they were kicked out and shit because it was not a Christian band and it was secular music. Ma'am, what?
I wrote down, like, why am I not surprised that the church did them dirty? Like,
Okay.
Did they have to kick them out of the community? Was that necessary?
Yeah, this is a 10-year-old.
They took their house. I mean, maybe they had that house because he was the pastor, but like, they were like, maybe they were being dramatic, the Jobro's parents, but they were like, we lost our friends, and I'm like, really?
Honestly, I believe them. I believe them because, like, we grew up Catholic, and something that I've noticed here, because Americans are mostly like, if they're religious or Christian, the Catholics don't have that, like, community shit that Christians do. Like, the friends from church deal. Catholics go to mass on Sunday and get the fuck out. Like, you have enough community with your own family and, like, within your own.
That is true.
And Christians are very much as, like, let's all hang out. And, like, that's crazy. Like, honestly, the idea of making friends at church is so confusing to me. Because, like, I don't like, first of all, if I said a fucking peep during, like, mass, my mom was pissed. Like, I better be fucking quiet and just say amen and sing the song and that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, at what point do you make friends? I'm confused.
I think also, they hung out at the end of the mass.
Yeah, but, like, where? Like, what?
Those churches have, like, basements.
Oh.
And I think they just hang out there.
Okay, also not Joe Jonas being triggered that he couldn't go inside the church.
I love that he was like,
He was so
Oh,
mad.
we had a beautiful day today. Today is July 3rd, and when we got to the church, thunder. I was like, yeah, love it. The
I did love that they brought the Puri ring conversation to the document because I remember that vividly, and I
I,
remember when
I
when Joe stopped wearing it because I think Joe stopped wearing it first.
I remember. I didn't remember it was that big of a deal for like the whole band. I do remember that when Nick was dating Miley, they both wore it, and then they stopped. And I remember that that was the drama because they was stopped wearing it like simultaneously while they were dating. So we were like, oh, they're fucking. So, well, I did not know that they mocked them like at award shows. That was so
Oh
rude.
yeah, that
Like
was so funny. Like honestly, shout out to Russell Brand. That was really funny.
it was
Do you?
funny, but I felt so bad for them. Like their faces, they weren't even like chuckling. They were like
Oh
dead.
no, they were not. They like I feel bad only for Kevin at that point because Kevin is what he's like 21 at this point. And I'm like, so embarrassing. Because like Nick Jonas is like 17, like he's fine, but like Kevin's way
I
older.
I did not know they called them like, oh, the virgins. I was like,
I remember that. I remember that vividly.
that was fucked up. I mean, funny as fuck, but
Well, yeah, but like I hope they keep doing like thank you for your service, Russell Brand, because that was fucking
I
fantastic.
mean, like the penis joke. I was
Like I understand I shouldn't be laughing, but it was a good joke.
I was uncomfortable. I was like,
This is why I often think you're a better person than me because you'll be like,
I
this is
I am I'm a really shitty person, but it just felt so bad for them, They were wearing that shit because of like maybe peer pressure. I don't know. Probably never
honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they just like didn't think about it.
they were I am sure they didn't think about it. They did say it. Like Joe said it like we wore it because, we kind of like saw everybody doing it. But I don't think they ever thought about like, oh, I'm actually gonna go through with it. They were just at the
Like,
moment like maybe not sexually. They didn't want to be sexually active. I don't know.
it's like children. Like when you get your quinceañera ring, that's basically like it's kind of like your promise ring. And then after that, the ring you're supposed to get is your proposal. You're not supposed to get any other rings. And people walk around with their quinceañera ring forever, not thinking it's deep. Yeah. So that's basically what happened to them.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of feeling bad for them. I mean, the jokes were 10 out of 10, but like their faces,
I just have a hard time feeling bad for white men.
yeah, I think that's I blame the patriarchy and I blame heteronormative media.
Do you believe everything you saw on the documentary?
I mean, I don't think there was anything to dispute. They just put on the good stuff, I guess.
No, I think the okay, I wrote phone call from Disney sounds fake, but okay.
I did
I'm
think
sorry.
it did went through my head like how did Disney found
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I feel somebody's hiding something. Something happened. Scam. Something because like no fucking way. Sony Music drops you, and then Disney's like, I'm gonna find the phone number
they
of these people I've never heard of, and I'm gonna give them a movie, a show, and start putting their music on. What? Because do you remember how they came out of nowhere
I
and then they were everywhere?
they were playing at malls like at 7 a.m. There's no way you're gonna get discovered.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like something happened. They had some sort of plug somewhere. No tea, no shade. Probably they deserve their discovery because they're fucking talented. That's not this like that is a fucking fact. Period. Like we cannot. You
Yeah,
can be
we're
not a fan,
disagreeing with that.
but I do not believe that one day randomly Disney made a phone call and was like, hey Jonas Brothers, we want to make you our perfect little boy band.
Not Mickey Mouse like.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah. Can I have Nick on the phone? No, I don't believe that. I do not believe that for a second.
I totally forgot about that, but once you mentioned it, that did cross through my mind. Like, huh? That's, I mean, out of the blue. I mean,
It's like, dude, if you read about it, like, I think I read that like Miley Cyrus was auditioning for Hannah Montana for like 2 years.
dude, and her dad is fucking
Her
Billy,
dad is Billy. Yeah, like
and her godmother is Dolly fucking Parton. Like, she had
that.
what?
Like she had it in the bag. She's like a nepotism baby, like
I
from
mean,
the gods.
we love her, but she had
And
connections, and use them by all means. Have fun. Like, work hard.
but like it took her years
And
to get
exactly,
on this.
if she had the connections and it took her years, something is not adding up.
La matemática. Nope. No. Yeah. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Yeah.
If we have any Jonas Brothers scholars listening, we would love to be corrected. And if Mr. Mickey Mouse made a phone call or Bob Iger and was like, "Listen,
I love Baba.
listen, Mr. Jonas, we would like your 3 virgin children to be the face of our network from now on. Here's $1 bajillion."
But honestly, like, I mean, the first song I heard from them was "Hold On," not "Year 3000."
See, I was thinking about that. I'm not sure if it was Hold On or Kids in America. Kids of the Future, because I remember Back to the Future came out.
They got that song because they had already become famous.
Hold On is a banger.
What?
Hold On is a banger.
I
Yeah,
think
I
Hold
love
On
that
came
song.
out first. I think Hold On came out first.
Maybe
You know what I didn't
mean,
appreciate about the documentary? They never like threw dates out there. I would have
yeah, no.
to see
This is why
dates. You know, like
there's
2000.
no timeline.
There was no
See,
timeline.
yes, there was no timeline. That's why I didn't like the one criticism I have, and that's why I'm so sketched out by the Disney thing. It's like they keep throwing out insane circumstances, like insane lucky moments, insane miracles, and there's no date for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very visual person, and I love, you know, when I watch a documentary, knowing like, okay, this happened first, da 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 da. And now that this documentary, you know, their lifetime happened during my lifetime, I would have liked to know where was I when they were becoming
Yeah,
famous.
no, for sure, and it's not.
You know, when they were struggling, was I? I mean, I haven't done the math. Don't come at me. But when they were becoming famous, was I in 6th grade? Was I in 5th grade? I don't know.
Yeah, like the only moment that I like it gave me pause was during the Danielle Jonas when she showed up, because I was like, I remember that he met her during a concert. Like they were in what's that island that like is very touristy? No, not oh my god, no, Atlantis.
Where?
Okay. Mary Kay and Ashley have a movie there, and it's great. It's the best one. Hotel, resort, and an island, and it's very bougie.
But like in the Caribbean?
I will.
Let me look it up. Mary
Mary Kay and Ashley.
Ashley, island, Bahamas.
Yes. It was. On a show in the Bahamas, and I remember that it was during Mother's Day weekend. I don't know why I hold this information in my brain.
Yeah, very, very weird.
Very random. But like none of those things were mentioned. And I was so invested in the narrative and like trying to like figure out where I was in this place and time. And it didn't click until I saw the footage of like the reality show or the Married to Jonas show. Because I remember when that came out, I thought he was an adult, Kevin, like a fucking grown up. And then I look it up, and this bitch is 22. He's 20. Why is he playing house like a 50-year-old? Sir.
I think that's the first girl that was his this might have been his first girlfriend.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, I have nothing against Danielle. She looks awesome,
They look really happy. I'll give them that. They look really happy.
genuinely happy.
And she has remained completely unproblematic.
Right?
Like, I don't know. The only thing I remember about Danielle from that reality was that she had really bad anxiety. That's it.
I never saw that, but yeah.
I watched every single reality show on the entertainment. So
Love it.
I saw it.
But and I think, love the relationship. I feel it's the relationship that, nothing against the other ones. We love Sophie.
Oh, I fucking love Sophie. And
But I
I
feel
like to picture Sophie and Joe having fights. And I know for a fact, because I feel like Sophie and I are the same kind of person. I feel like when she feels like she's losing the fight, she probably says something like, "Why do you think you're right? You broke up with Taylor Swift on the phone."
yes,
I feel like that's what she does, and as she should.
and she should. She's a fan of Taylor, right?
Yeah, do you not remember when Mr. Perfectly Fine came out and then
Yeah,
Sophie Turner put it? No, she put it in her story.
Yeah, she was
She
like,
was she was like, it's not a bop, because like honestly, banger. I love that song.
love it. I'm gonna confess, I became a fan of that song when the Taylor version came out.
Buddy, there's only a Taylor version. That song was never out.
Really?
Yeah, it was never released.
But I felt like I heard it before.
Because it sounds like every Taylor Swift song.
Okay, I love Taylor, not a stan. Love her. I know you're a stan. I do respect Taylor. I do recognize her status as queen shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much of the timeline of the boyfriends. Would love to learn more about that.
I can literally give you a fucking I could write a dissertation.
But I thought Mr. Perfectly Fine was out before, and when I heard it, I was like, okay, this is a fucking banger, and I love it, and I thought it was late to the game,
No. That's why it blew up so the way it blew up.
Nice.
It was a new old Taylor Swift song.
Love it.
It sounds old. It sounds like a song she would have dropped in
super old, like Speak Now shit, like when she was
yeah, exactly. It's such a good song.
We have to do I don't know if you haven't done an episode of Taylor's boyfriends.
We need to, because I have opinions and thoughts.
Yeah, you need to reference me. I need resources so I can be.
I'm gonna do a little okay. This is what we can do. I can do a PowerPoint presentation and then we'll share the screen.
Love it. I literally love that idea.
And I'll dress like a teacher. And then I'll ask you questions.
I'm down for that. Okay, so what?
Did you when I was? This might be very mean of me, but I don't think Joe Jonas is ever gonna listen to this episode. And if he does, sir, you look very good right now. So it's fine. Joe Jonas is a 14-year-old, 15-year-old renacuajo, ugly, actually ugly. When he had his shaved head, my jaw I could not believe it. I was like, this man is ugly. Oh my god. This is ugly, straight up.
Oh my god.
And I don't know who styled the fucking Camp Rock movies, but they chose violence.
Oh my god. They did them dirty.
Hair?
Ancha, they're fucking straight in the hair, bitch.
Kevin has curls. Imagine, no. And Kevin, and I think it's so funny. You can tell that Nick is still petty that he wasn't on Camp Rock, because he literally says, "We're barely in it."
I mean, I do love his song in Camp Rock too, Introducing Me.
Oh, I love Camp Rock too. I think it's great. I also love
Me.
Such a good song.
Love it.
She's married to Adam Devine. Did you know that? That actress.
Ooh, did not know that.
Yeah.
So what are your top 3 favorite songs.
Okay, so
Jobros, not Cameron.
well, I know. We're talking Jobro.
I told you this like right before we started recording because it kind of popped to me. We
I
should
think I'm
listen.
gonna have to do Burning Up. I love that song. I'm gonna go with SOS and Year 3000 because it has massive sentimental value for me. Like that was my shit. Although I do love like their new songs are good too, but like sorry, The Grip, Hold On, and like fucking Burning Up. Do you remember the Burning Up music video? Greatest video ever made. Literally, like till this day, I've never seen a better video. Yeah. Like it's best video ever made. I'm sorry.
And like the Big Rob, what was his name?
Big Rob is the rap. And then Selena's like in a red dress, and Nick Jonas goes red dress.
Iconic. My top 3 are Tonight. I love Tonight. Na 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 na.
I don't even remember that one.
Na, 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 na. Look it up. It's great. Love Bug. It's
so cute.
So fucking cute. And this one holds like a sentimental value. I love Hello Beautiful. I don't know if you remember that one.
Why are you being a hipster? Hello Beautiful? I don't remember. Like I thought of like the One Direction song. What makes you? That's not What Makes You Beautiful.
I think Nick sings it.
Okay.
Hello Beautiful. How's it going?
Okay.
It has Hello Delilah
vibes. Okay. So it's probably like better than like What Makes You Beautiful. Even though I fucking love What Makes You Beautiful, like I will like.
This one is like acoustic.
No, but like what I'm saying is that if you listen to the lyrics of What Makes You Beautiful, Harry Styles is literally like, "Hey bestie, you're beautiful because you don't know you're pretty. That's why we like you." Like, so you were looking for an insecure girly. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Like vamos a aprovecharnos. Advantage of security. Come over here, little lady. That's creepy. Yeah, like, no, Hello Beautiful has, I don't remember its lyrics, but I don't think it has anything wrong. I don't know. Really? Yeah, no. I'll give an honorable mention to, I love Paranoid.
Paranoid is fire.
It's fire. And SOS.
Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is also fire.
And SOS. Ooh. This is SOS on a second. And I wanted to write Burning Up, but I know you were going to mention it because I also agree with you.
Burning Up is such a good song.
Retweet your top 3. What?
It's such a good song. It's genuinely like a good song. You can't come for Burning Up. Also, yeah. I completely blanked out on them being like Grammy nominated. That's huge.
Did they ever win?
I don't think they did because they were fucking flexing. They would have put that up if they won. I think the NCE won, but for Best New Artist.
I mean, I'm kind of sad they didn't win back then a Grammy. I mean, what the hell?
I mean, honestly, I refuse to feel sad for rich white men, but kind of crazy. Like that's like a Disney band.
But like, it was legit good music. Who were they competing against?
I don't remember. We should look it up. Watch it be somebody like Rihanna, and then we're gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if that's real quick, Jonas Brothers. Let me just Google this shit. I mean, if it's like against Rihanna, Beyonce, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. Like,
no, Beyonce's not gonna be Beyonce. I'm thinking if it's Best New Artist, it might be like Rihanna or like Kesha, Nicki Minaj.
Best New Artist themselves nominated. 2019. Oh my god, it's gonna take a long time. I'm just gonna put on the video who won, and if we agree or not or disagree.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. Okay, should we make like our picks?
I think we should, but like I am still like deciding between my two. I don't know.
I have my pick.
Are you okay? Are you solid with your pick?
Yeah, should we like when
Yeah.
you are like sure, should we just scream at them at the same time?
I'm gonna follow my heart. I'm ready.
Okay, you
Okay,
know,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3. Joe,
Kevin.
you picked.
Of course, I picked Kevin.
I was gonna pick Kevin. But then I thought that Joe was probably more fun to hang out with. But Kevin is probably a better husband.
I've always loved Kevin since the start because he was the underdog. Nobody loved him. Everybody was like, Nick, Joe. And I was like, what about Kevin? He looks like
Okay,
an
but like
guy.
that part in the documentary where he said that people ask him if he's Nick or Joe. Like, honestly,
Are you blind, first of all? Like, who the fuck is asking that?
also like why do you know their names but don't know how they look like? Like that's just confusing to me. Like, why
Why
do you
not
know?
just ask him, are you a Jonas brother? Is it really necessary to like start asking names?
That's great.
If you're not sure, just ask him, are you a Jonas brother?
Oh my god, do you remember
Why?
when they performed at like Malia Obama's like 13th birthday party?
It was I had forgotten, and when they put it in the movie, it was like, yeah, awesome.
Like, imagine being friends with Malia Obama at 13 and then going to her birthday party and then fucking like Nick Jonas and Joe Jonas and Kevin show up. Wild.
Awesome.
So wait, why do you think Kevin would be a better husband than Joe?
Well, first we kind of have evidence.
Yeah, okay.
I was sure of my decision years before. Like, I've always been team Kevin. If you see my picture, I went.
You went for Kevin. You went for
Like,
Kevin.
me and Maria Cristina, we were in la fila, and she was like, I'm going with Joe. I'm like, bitch, don't worry. I want Kevin. Like, I went straight to Kevin. That's why mi tia, we called, whatever.
Whatever.
They put her beside Nick. I mean, at the end of the day, she was beside Nick
I
and
think
Joe. And
it's really funny that she ended up with Nick when like Nick was like the hot one, allegedly.
Oh, that's why I went straight to Kevin. I was like, come to mama. I've always loved him. He's always been
Great.
I mean, I know Joe is the main character, but Kevin has always been the comedic relief.
Oh, for sure.
Love him, so pure, and now I know.
Who's your favorite Jonas wife?
I think Sophie.
It has to be Sophie. Like, Sophie's just iconic.
My favorite
like
is Joe. What?
I don't really like Miss Priyanka.
She has something about her.
Besides being the poster child for like skin whitening treatments in India. Yeah, no. I also don't like the idea that they had like 40 weddings.
That was insane.
Like, for what? Like, I do want a big wedding. Like, if fucking Kourtney Kardashian doesn't do a big wedding for me.
They already got married.
I know, but like, that was like a legal marriage. I want her to do a fucking wedding so I can see the photos.
Me too.
That's what I want.
But my favorite couple for sure is Joe and Sophie. I love they're so like quirky and they got married like in Vegas or something. I don't remember.
I also love that she's like way taller than him.
I love that. And I mean, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't like watching blood and shit. But I know it's a good show. I've seen a couple episodes. But I mean, Queen shit.
It might be better for you if you didn't watch it.
What?
Good for you for not watching, honestly. Because I invested so many hours of my life to that on that show, and then the ending.
I was kind of invested in the finale, like the last season, because I was kind of dating Peter, and he was watching. He had always watched, so I kind of watched some episodes with him, and then Twitter just tells you everything that happened.
Well, Twitter was a different like.
So I kind of know what everything happened and like everybody's thoughts. So I was like, so okay, bad ending. So I didn't,
Yeah.
But I do know that her character Sansa, right? Iconic, I think.
Queen in the North.
She looks iconic, so
She's iconic. She fully is.
I think all the women in the show are sort of iconic, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Even the shitty ones. You're like, you're cool. You're shitty, but you're cool.
I love that Emilia Clarke has almost my same name.
Emily's dad. Is this where we end the episode? Because your dad said we should.
No. He was just coming to say good night.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So yeah. Well, it's gonna be almost 11 over here, so
It is late. It's 8:49 here.
that's nice. So yeah, we were.
So we're marrying Kevin and Joe, which is not surprising because we were both Nick haters and remained Nick haters throughout the entirety of the
I
documentary.
wasn't a Nick hater before watching the documentary, but now I am.
Bro, this motherfucker really wanted me to feel sorry for him. He really fucking tried.
Yeah.
And I was just like, shut the fuck up. I do not care.
Yeah.
Justice for Kevin. Joe is the main character. And then Nick was like, you know what? I'm going to marry an older woman so I can be the main character. And he's still not the main character. So.
We love that.
Sorry, boo. Sorry, boo.
Sorry.
Anyway, this has been Boyfriend Material. You should follow us everywhere.
Of course.
And we have links to everything on our bio and under the video if you're watching the video. And honestly, if you're watching the video and you're not subscribed, you're being fucking mean.
Yeah, what's your problem? And no cuesta nada. It doesn't cost you
it's free, but please, Dios mío.
Click the little
dale like, share.
It costs nothing. Just support.
Yeah, please support. So I'll talk to you next week on when we figure out what we're doing, because we also don't.
We're having debates as to what for next. We have a lot of topics. We just don't know which one.
We don't know the order. We're trying to be smart business women.
Yeah.
Anyway, adios.
Bye.
Bye.